Outer Orion colonies were humanity's ragged edge in 2291, a string of asteroid bases and terraformed rocks where dreamers and outcasts carved a living from the void. The United Terran Coalition, UTC, barely noticed them, too busy bowing to the Scaran Collective's Pact of Equilibrium, a deal to keep the galaxy balanced by keeping humanity small. The UTS Defiant, a refitted salvage ship, was their shield, a patchwork beast hiding a stolen Scaran secret that could tip the scales. Captain Elias Kane stood on the Defiant's bridge, his weathered face etched with scars from a smuggler's life. His gray eyes scanned the view screen, showing the Elysium colony's orbital relays, now silent. At 42, he'd seen too many fights, lost too many friends, but the crew's trust kept him steady. His dark jacket, patched from IO runs, bore no UTC insignia. "Status, Zara?" he asked, voice rough but calm. Lieutenant Zara Patel, tactical officer, worked her console, her dark braid tight, her eyes burning. At 27, she was Elysium-born, and the colony's silence hit her like a blade. "No signals, Captain. Elysium's gone dark. Comms, sensors, everything. Last ping was 0300, then nothing." Her voice held steady, but her fingers trembled. Her sister Mira was down there, one of 8,000 souls. Chief Engineer Rhea Holt, sprawled under a sparking panel, cursed softly. "Relays are fine, Elias. This ain't a glitch. It's deliberate." Her grease-streaked face and quick grin hid a mind that kept the Defiant's patchwork systems alive. Dr. Theo Cass, the ship's scientist, adjusted his glasses, his thin frame tense. "Scaran, likely. Their drones jam like this before a call." His voice dripped skepticism, but his eyes flicked to the entropy core's monitor. Kane's jaw tightened. The Scaran Collective, biomechanical horrors with hive minds, enforced the Pact, culling species that grew too bold. Humanity had towed the line, trading freedom for peace. The Defiant's secret, the entropy core, was stolen from a Scaran wreck. It bent energy fields, a wildcard Kane had kept hidden. "Scan the sector," he ordered. "If it's Scaran, they broke the Pact first." The bridge hummed, the crew, 300X miners, refugees, techs, manning stations with practice grit. The Defiant was no warship, its hull a mess of salvaged plates, but it was theirs. Zara's console beeped. "Got something. Energy spikes, Scaran signatures. Closing fast." The view screen shifted, showing a swarm of drones, their biomechanical shells glinting, red optics like blood. "Harvesting drones," Theo muttered. "They're not here to talk." Kane's voice cut through the tension, dry as dust. "Guess the Pact's more of a suggestion. Zara, weapons hot. Rhea, wait the core." Rhea slid from her panel, grinning. "You sure, boss? That thing's touchy. Might blow us before them." Kane's eyes didn't leave the screen. "Better us than Elysium's ghosts. Move." The crew snapped to, their fear buried under loyalty forged in the fringes. The entropy core, a pulsing orb in the Defiant's belly, hummed to life, its green light leaking through deck grates. Rhea's team fed it power, conduits sparking. Theo monitored its output, muttering, "It's rewriting its own matrix again. We're playing with a mind, not a machine." Zara targeted the drones, her voice sharp. 20 seconds to range. They're locking us." The Defiant groaned, its frame straining. The drones struck first, lancing green beams that scorched the Defiant's hull. Shields flickered, holding barely. Kane gripped his chair. "Zara, now!" The entropy core pulsed, a wave of warped energy rippling out. The drones' beams bent, missing wildly, their formations scattering like startled roaches. Zara fired railguns, shredding 3 drones, debris spinning into the void. The crew cheered, but Kane stayed grim. That was the easy part. The view screen showed more drones, dozens then hundreds, pouring from a rift near Elysium's orbit. Zara's voice was tight. "Captain, that's no raid. That's an invasion." Theo's scanner beeped. "I'm reading a beacon signal from the rift. Scaran, high band. It's broadcasting something about processing humans." Kane's blood ran cold. The Scaran weren't just culling, they were taking. Processing? Rhea spat, wrenching a conduit. Sounds like a slaughterhouse. Zara's face hardened, her sister's name unspoken but heavy. Kane opened a comm to the crew. All hands, this is Kane. Scaran hit Elysium, took our people. We've got their toy, the core, and they want it back. We're not giving it up. We're not giving them our home. Brace for a fight. The Defiance lights dimmed, power surging to weapons. The drones regrouped, their optics pulsing in sync, a hive mind's cold focus. They fired, beams carving the Defiance flank, breaching a cargo bay. Alarms screamed. Shields at 68%! Zara shouted, returning fire, her shots guided by the core's distortion. 2 drones imploded, but the swarm pressed closer, relentless. Rhea's voice crackled from engineering. Core's spiking! Can't hold this output long! Theo's hands shook, his screen flashing warnings. It's adapting, redirecting energy to our shields. I didn't tell it to. Kane's eyes flicked to the rift, the beacon's signal a taunt. Then let it think. Zara, focus fire on their lead drone. Break the hive. Zara nodded, her fingers a blur. The Defiant fired a core-charged pulse, a spear of warped energy. The lead drone shattered, and the swarm faltered, optics flickering. The Defiant pressed the gap, railguns and lasers tearing through the drones. Debris clouded the view screen, but the rift still spewed reinforcements. We can't outlast them, Zara warned, her voice strained. Kane's mind raced. Elysium was gone, but its people might still be alive. Process, not dead. Rhea, can the core jam that rift? Rhea's laugh was sharp. Maybe, but it'll cook half our systems. Do it, Kane ordered. Theo, help her. Zara, keep those drones off us. The Defiant danced through the swarm, its hull glowing from core energy. In engineering, Rhea and Theo wrestled the core's controls, its pulses shaking the deck. It's fighting me, Rhea grunted, rerouting power. Theo's voice was grim. It's not just a weapon. It's Scaran will, coded into circuits. The ship shuddered, a drone beam grazing the bridge. The core fired a jamming pulse, a chaotic wave that hit the rift. The drone swarm froze, optics dimming, then scattered, some crashing into Elysium's atmosphere. The rift flickered, its edges collapsing. The crew roared, but Kane stayed focused. Zara, scan for survivors. Her console hummed, then she shook her head, voice breaking. Nothing, Captain. No life signs. They're gone. The bridge went quiet, Zara's pain a shared wound. Kane's fist clenched. He'd lost crews before, but 8,000 souls, families, kids, was a gut punch. Theo, that beacon. What's it saying? Theo's fingers worked, his face pale. It's fragmented, mentions a harvesting hub, coordinates in a dead sector. They're taking our people there, not killing them. Zara's eyes flared. Then we go get them. Before Kane could answer, a new signal blared. UTC frequency. The view screen showed Admiral Varric, his polished uniform stark against the Defiance grit. Captain Kane, this is UTS Intrepid. Surrender the entropy core and stand down. You're escalating a galactic incident. Kane's laugh was cold. Escalating? Scaran took Elysium. Where was your fleet, Varric? Varric's face was stone. The Pact is delicate. Your stolen tech threatens it. Hand it over, or we'll take it. Zara muttered, bastards more scared of Scaran than us. Kane leaned into the comm, voice like steel. You want the core? Come pry it from my hands. We're finding our people. He cut the signal, turning to the crew. Plot a course to those coordinates. We're done playing nice. The Defiance engines roared, pulling away from Elysium's orbit, debris trailing in its wake. Rhea's voice crackled. Core's stable, but it's humming like it's happy. Creeps me out. Theo frowned. It's reacting to the beacon. We're walking into a trap. Kane's eyes were on the stars, his voice low. Trap or not, they took our own. Scaran, UTC, they'll learn what happens when you cross us. The bridge crew worked, plotting a stealth route to the dead sector. The Defiant's hull grown, scarred but holding. Zara recalibrated weapons, her sister's face in her mind. Rhea patched systems, her banter keeping spirits up. Theo studied the core, wary of its intent. The crew below, 300 souls, prepped gear, their trust in Kane absolute. They weren't soldiers, but they were family, forged in the fringes, fire. A proximity alert blared. UTC ships, 3 frigates, closing fast, Zara reported, her voice tight. Varric's fleet had followed, their sleek hulls a contrast to the Defiant's rust. Kane's dry grin returned. Persistent, ain't he? Rhea, can we outrun him? Rhea's reply was sharp. With the core? Maybe, but it'll cost us shields. Theo cut in. Or we use the core's distortion, cloak us, lose them in the nebula. Do it, Kane said. Zara, prep a decoy drone, make Varric chase ghosts. The Defiant veered toward a nearby nebula, its gases swirling like a storm. The core pulsed, cloaking the ship in a shimmer of warped energy. The decoy launched, mimicking the Defiant's signal. Varric's frigates took the bait, their beams lancing empty space. The Defiant slipped into the nebula, unseen. The crew exhaled, but the tension held. The Scaran beacon's coordinates loomed, a promise of answers or a grave. Kane opened a comm to the crew. Listen up. Scaran think we're prey. UTC thinks we're pawns. They're both wrong. We're the Defiant. We don't break, we don't bend. We're getting our people back, and we're burning anyone who stands in our way. The crew's roar echoed through the ship, a raw pulse of defiance. Zara's eyes met Kane's, her nod firm. For Elysium, she said softly. Rhea patched a leaking conduit, muttering, For my sanity, let's not blow up. Theo's voice was grim. The core's signal is syncing with the beacon. It's guiding us. Kane's hand rested on his old smuggler's knife, his voice steady. Then we follow it, straight to hell if we have to. The Defiant emerged from the nebula, the dead sector's black expanse swallowing the stars. The beacon's signal grew stronger, a cold lure. The ship's systems flickered, the core's hum louder now like a heartbeat. Zara's console pinged. Structure ahead, massive, biomechanical, Scaran hub. The view screen showed it, a jagged sphere, green veins pulsing, drones swarming like flies. That's where they took them, Zara said, her voice steel. Kane nodded, his mind racing. The Scaran had broken the Pact, taken lives, and now hid behind their hub. The UTC wanted the core, not justice. The Defiant was alone. It was enough. Rhea, cloak us. Zara, find a way in. Theo, figure out what processing means. We're not losing anyone else. The Defiant crept closer, its cloak holding us under the core's power. The hub loomed, its scale dwarfing the ship. Drones patrolled, oblivious to the human speck in their shadow. Rhea's voice crackled. Cloak's draining us, Elias. We've got minutes before it fries. Theo's scanner beeped. I'm getting faint human life signs, weak inside the hub. They're alive. Zara's breath caught, hope and fear warring in her eyes. Kane's voice was firm. Then we go in, small team, stealth dock. We find our people, we break whatever the Scaran are building. The crew moved, prepping a shuttle, Rogue, a battered rig for tight jobs. The Defiant's hull hummed, the core's green light casting shadows. The Scaran thought humanity weak. They were about to learn. The Rogue launched, Kane at the helm, Zara, Rhea, and Theo aboard, their gear patched but ready. The hub's maintenance port was a dark maw, unguarded. The Defiant held position, cloaked, its crew watching the swarm. Kane's voice was low. In and out, no heroics. We get our people, we go. Zara's hand gripped her rifle, her sister's name a silent vow. The shuttle docked, magnets clamping to the hub's hull. The team moved, their boots silent on biomechanical floors, the air thick with a metallic tang. Zara's scanner pinged. Life signs, lower levels, hundreds, maybe thousands. Theo's voice was tense. And something else. Energy spikes, like the cores, but bigger. Rhea's grin was grim. Great, more alien nonsense. The hub's corridors pulsed, green veins threading the walls, Scaran drones humming in the distance. Kane led, his smuggler's instincts sharp, avoiding patrols. Zara's scanner guided them to a sealed hatch, its lock glowing. Rhea knelt, her tools sparking. "Give me 20 seconds." Theo's eyes darted. This place is a mind, connected, aware. The core's reacting to it. The hatch hissed open, revealing darkness. They descended, the air growing colder, the hum louder. The chamber below was vast, lit by green light, filled with pods. Thousands, each holding a human, their faces pale, eyes closed. Zara froze, scanning for Mira. "They're alive," she whispered, voice breaking. Theo's scanner screamed. "They're linked to a neural grid, Scaran tech, harvesting their minds." Kane's blood ran cold. "Harvesting for what?" A Scaran voice boomed, not in their ears but their heads, cold and mechanical. "You carry our seed. The core is ours. Your resilience fuels our balance." The pods pulsed, humans twitching inside. Zara's rifle shook. "They're using us as batteries?" Theo's voice was grim. "Not batteries, processors. Our neural chaos. They want it for their war machine." Kane's fist clenched. "Then we break it." Drones surged into the chamber, their optics blazing. Kane fired, his pistol cracking exoshells. Zara's rifle roared, dropping two. Rhea tossed a pulse grenade, frying a cluster. Theo hacked a pod's lock, freeing a colonist who gasped, disoriented. "Move," Kane shouted, covering their retreat. The Scaran voice droned, "You cannot stop equilibrium. You are ours." Kane's grin was feral. "Watch us." The team fought back to the rogue, dragging 10 freed colonists, Zara supporting a frail woman. Not Mira, but close. The hub shook, drones swarming. The shuttle launched, dodging beams, the Defiance guns clearing a path. Kane piloted, the rogue slamming into the hangar. The Defiance cloak flickered, exposed. Zara's voice was fierce. "We got some, but thousands are still in there." On the bridge, Kane took command, the view screen showing the hub's drones regrouping. Rhea patched the core, cursing. "It's overloaded, Elias. One more stunt, and we're toast." Theo's face was pale. "The hub's broadcasting to other stations, a network. They're harvesting colonies galaxy-wide." Kane's eyes burned. "Then we hit it. Hard. Zara, target their core." A UTC signal interrupted, Varric's face reappearing. "Kane, you're harboring stolen tech and provoking the Scaran. Surrender or we'll fire." Kane's laugh was sharp. "You're late, Varric. Scaran's eating our people, and you're chasing trinkets. Stand down or you're next." He cut the comm, turning to Zara. "Fire when ready." The Defiant glowed, the entropy core charging a pulse. The core fired, a lance of warped energy slamming the hub's heart. The structure shuddered, green veins dimming, drones falling like cut strings. The crew cheered, but alarms blared. UTC frigates dropping from warp, weapons hot. "Varric's not joking," Zara warned, tracking their locks. Rhea's voice crackled. "Core's fried half our shields, Elias. We're sitting ducks." Kane's mind raced. The Scaran were harvesting humans, the UTC was betraying them, and the Defiant was battered. But the crew, his family, was still fighting. "Rhea, reroute everything to engines. Zara, decoy again. We're not dying here." The Defiant lurched, diving for the dead sector's edge, Varric's beams grazing its hull. Theo's scanner pinged. "The hub's signal. It's still active, calling reinforcements." The Defiant's decoy worked, Varric's frigates chasing a false signal. The ship limped into a debris field, cloaking weakly. Kane opened a comm to the crew. "We hit the Scaran, saved some of ours, but they're not done. They're building a network to chew up humanity. We're going after it. UTC be damned. Who's with me?" The crew's response was a roar, raw and unbroken. Zara's eyes met Kane's, her voice steady. "We find that network, we find Mira, everyone." Rhea patched a conduit, muttering, "And maybe not blow up." Theo's voice was grim. "The core's tied to their network. It's guiding us, whether we like it or not. Kane nodded, his hand on the smuggler's knife. Then we use it. Plot the signal's source. We're hunting. The Defiant's engines hummed, its course set deeper into the dead sector. The hub's signal pulsed, a breadcrumb to a larger horror. The crew worked, battered but fierce, their loyalty a fire no Scaran or UTC could snuff. Kane's voice was low, a vow to the stars. They broke the pact, thought we'd roll over. They're about to learn what humans do when you take what's ours. The view screen showed the dead sector's void, the hub a fading wreck behind. Varick's frigates prowled, Scaran drones stirred, and the entropy core hummed, a double-edged blade. Zara recalibrated sensors, her sister's face her anchor. Rhea's tools sparked, keeping the ship alive. Theo studied the beacon, wary of its pull. The crew prepped, 300 souls against a galaxy's weight. Kane stood, his gray eyes on the darkness ahead. The Scaran thought humanity was a resource. The UTC thought it was a tool. Both were wrong. The Defiant was no warship, but it was a spark, and sparks start fires. Full speed, he ordered. We're finding that network, our people, and we're burning anything in our way. The Defiant surged, a defiant spear into the void. The dead sector swallowed the Defiant, its hull a shadow against the stars. The Scaran's hub was only the beginning, a node in a machine that fed on human will. The UTC's betrayal stung, but Kane's crew was unbroken, their fight just starting. They'd find Elysium's lost, break the Scaran's grip, and show the galaxy what happens when you cross humanity. The hunt was on. The UTS Defiant crouched in a debris field, its patchwork hull cloaked by a faltering distortion field. The Scaran hub's wreckage a distant glow. Captain Elias Kane stood on the bridge, his gray eyes scanning the view screen static. The Scaran Collective had stolen 8,000 from Elysium Colony, breaking the Pact of Equilibrium. The Defiant's entropy core, a stolen Scaran relic, had struck back, but UTC frigates and Scaran drones were closing in, and the hub's signal still pulsed, pointing to a larger horror. Lieutenant Zara Patel, tactical officer, worked her console, her dark braid tight, her eyes haunted. Scaran drones regrouping, Captain, hundreds vectoring from the hub's ruins. UTC frigates, 3, holding at the sector's edge. Her voice was steel, but her hands shook, her sister Mira still trapped somewhere in the Scaran's grip. Kane's drawl was dry. Varick's waiting for us to bleed out. Zara, options? Chief Engineer Rhea Holt, grease-streaked and grinning, patched a sparking conduit. Core's on its last legs, Elias. Cloak's draining us, and that pulse fried our port shields. We run, we're exposed. We fight, we're toast. Dr. Theo Cass, scientist, adjusted his glasses, his voice sharp. The hub's signal. It's not dead. It's calling a network, other stations. They're harvesting more than Elysium. Kane's jaw tightened. Then we hit the source. The view screen flickered, showing the Scaran drones. Biomechanical horrors, their red optics pulsing in sync. A larger shadow loomed, a Scaran harvester, its jagged maw bristling with beams. Zara's scanner beeped. That's no drone. It's a command ship, locking us. The Defiant's alarms blared, the debris field no longer hiding them. Kane gripped his chair. Rhea, core status? Rhea slid under a panel, her tools sparking. It's humming like it's pissed, but I can squeeze one more trick. Maybe a shield boost. Theo's screen flashed. It's adapting again, rewriting our systems. It's anticipating the Scaran. Kane's eyes narrowed. The core wasn't just tech, it was Scaran will, and it was waking up. Zara, target that harvester. Rhea, make the core sing. The Defiant surged, its cloak collapsing, hull glowing with core energy. Zara fired, railguns and a core-charged pulse lancing the harvester. The ship shuddered, its maw cracking, but it answered with green beams that tore the Defiant's flank, breaching Deck 6. Shields at 42%! Zara shouted, her shots downing drones. The UTC frigates held back, Varick's voice crackling. Kane, surrender the core, or we'll finish you. Kane's laugh was cold. Go to hell, Varick! You sold out Elysium? He cut the comm, turning to Zara. Keep that harvester busy. The Defiant danced through drone swarms, its core boosting shields, beams glancing off. Rhea's voice crackled. Core's spawning new outputs, disruptor vents, autonomous. It's fighting for us. Theo's face paled. Or for itself, it's syncing with the Scaran network. The harvester fired, a beam grazing the bridge, sparks raining. Kane barked, Zara, vent those disruptors. The Defiant's hull sprouted glowing vents, spewing chaotic energy that shredded drones and cracked the harvester's core. The enemy ship imploded, debris scattering, but more drones poured from the hub's ruins. We're not outrunning this, Zara warned, her console sparking. Theo's scanner screamed. The hub's signal. It's a neural grid, linking human captives across stations. They're harvesting resilience, our chaos, to stabilize their war machine. Zara's eyes blazed. They're using Mira, everyone, as processors? Kane's fist clenched. Then we go back. Break it. The Scaran voice boomed in their heads. You fuel our balance. Submit or burn. Burn this, Kane muttered, nodding to Zara. Prep the rogue again. We're rescuing who we can. The Defiant dove toward the hub's remains, drones swarming. Rhea rerouted power, the core's vents firing autonomously, clearing a path. The shuttle, Rogue, launched, Kane, Zara, Rhea, and Theo aboard, their 10 rescued colonists safe in the medbay. In, out, no mistakes, Kane said, piloting. The Rogue docked at the hub's fractured port, the structure trembling, green veins dim but alive. The team moved, Zara's scanner guiding them to stronger life signs. The corridors pulsed, Scaran drones screeching nearby. Rhea's tools cracked a hatch, revealing another chamber. Hundreds of pods, humans inside, their faces twitching. Zara scanned, whispering, Mira, please. Theo's voice was grim. They're wired to the grid. Removing them risked neural shock. Zara's rifle shook. We're not leaving them. Kane's hand steadied her. We won't. Rhea, can you jam the grid? Rhea knelt, her rig sparking. Maybe, but the core signal is fighting me. It's part of this. The Scaran voice droned. You cannot sever us. Your chaos is our strength. Drones surged, their beams cutting the air. Kane fired, his pistol cracking exoshells. Zara's rifle roared, her shots precise, protecting Rhea. Theo freed a pod, a colonist collapsing, alive but weak. Move, Kane shouted, dragging the man. Zara scanned, her voice breaking. Mira's here, third row. She sprinted, dodging beams, finding her sister's pod. Mira's face pale but breathing. Rhea's rig beeped, jamming the grid signal. Pods flickered, humans stirring. Got it, Rhea yelled, but drones poured in, relentless. Zara cradled Mira, unconscious, her eyes wet. Kane covered them, his shots steady. Back to the Rogue. The team fought, freeing 20 more colonists, dragging them through collapsing corridors, the hub's veins pulsing wildly. The Rogue launched, dodging drone beams, the Defiant's vents clearing a path. The shuttle slammed into the hangar, colonists rushed to medbay. On the bridge, Kane took the helm, the view screens showing the hub's core glowing, drones swarming like hornets. Zara, Mira safe beside her, targeted the core. Let's end this. The Defiant fired, disruptor vents shredding the hub's heart. The hub imploded, a silent flash, drones falling lifeless. The crew cheered, but alarms blared. UTC frigates closing, Varric's voice cold. Kane, you've gone too far. Surrender or we'll board. Kane's grin was feral. Board this, Varric. He cut the comm, turning to Rhea. Core status? Rhea's face was grim. It's rewriting navigation, pointing deeper into the sector. It wants something. Oh, Theo's scanner flashed. The network, it's vast. Dozens of hubs, all harvesting. This was just one node. Zara's voice was fierce, holding Mira's hand. Then we hit them all. Kane nodded, but doubt gnawed. The core was Scaran, tied to their enemy. Could they trust it? Plot the signal's source, he ordered. We're not done. The Defiant's engines roared, diving deeper. The bridge was chaos, consoles sparking, crew shouting. The Defiant's hull groaned, scarred from drone beams. Rhea patched systems, cursing. Core's draining us, Elias. One more pulse, and we're dead. Theo's voice was tense. It's communicating with the network, guiding us to a central hub. Kane's eyes flicked to Zara, her sister's pod stable. We trust it, or we lose everyone. A proximity alert screamed. Scaran harvesters, 3, dropping from warp. Zara reported, her console tracking their locks. The view screen showed jagged ships, their maws glowing. The Defiant's vents fired, but the harvesters adapted, beams breaching Deck 8. Shields at 29%! Ew! Zara shouted. Varric's frigates joined, firing warning shots. Last chance, Kane! Varric barked. Kane's voice was ice. Zara, target Varric's lead ship. Core pulse, low yield. The Defiant fired, a warped spear grazing the UTC frigate's shields, forcing it back. The Scaran harvesters pressed, their beams surgical. Rhea's voice crackled. Core's spawning new weapons, void lances untested. Theo's eyes widened. It's evolving, becoming the network's equal. The Defiant glowed, lances piercing a harvester's core. The harvester exploded, but the others closed, drones swarming. The Defiant rocked, a beam breaching the hangar, air hissing. Kane barked, Rhea, stabilize the core! Rhea's tools sparked. Trying, but it's fighting me, like it's got a plan. Zara's shots downed drones, but her voice was grim. We're surrounded, Captain. UTC's boxing us in. Kane's mind raced. They were outgunned, outmaneuvered. The Scaran voice boomed. Your chaos is our eternity. Join us or perish. Kane's laugh was bitter. Perish sounds better. He opened a ship-wide comm. This is Kane. Scaran want our minds. UTC wants our souls. We're neither. We're human. Messy, stubborn, alive. Fight for Elysium, for each other. Give 'em hell. The crew roared, their defiance a pulse through the ship. The Defiant's lances fired, shredding drones, cracking a harvester's hull. Zara redirected power, her sister's face fueling her. Rhea's rig stabilized the core, its green light blazing. Theo's scanner pinged. The central hub, it's close, broadcasting to thousands of nodes. If we hit it, we cripple their network. Kane nodded. Then we go all in, full speed. The Defiant surged, dodging beams, Varric's frigates firing. The central hub loomed, a biomechanical nightmare. 10 times the first, its veins a galaxy of green. Drones swarmed, harvesters circling. The core's lances fired autonomously, but the Defiant's shields buckled at 18%. We can't take this any, Zara warned, her shots relentless. Kane's voice was steady. We don't have to, we just need to reach it. Rhea's voice crackled. Core's rewriting weapons again. Singularity mines, high risk. Kane's eyes flicked to Theo. Do it. The Defiant launched mines, black orbs that imploded drones, their gravity wells cracking a harvester's frame. The hub's defenses fired, beams searing the Defiant's hull, breaching Deck 10. Shields at 9%, Zara shouted, her console sparking. The crew fought, medics dragging wounded, techs sealing breaches. Zara's voice broke through. Captain, I'm picking up human signals. Millions inside the hub. Theo's face paled. It's the network's core. Every captive, wired together. Destroy it, we risk them. Kane's chest tightened. Save millions or lose everything? Rhea, can we jam their grid? Free them first? Rhea's tools sparked, her voice strained. Maybe, but the core is tied to the hub. It's fighting to reconnect. The Scaran voice droned. You are ours. Your chaos completes us. Kane's grin was grim. Complete this, he nodded to Zara. Prep a shuttle team. We're boarding that hub, breaking the grid. The Defiant dove, lances clearing drones, Varric's frigates trailing. The Rogue launched again, Kane, Zara, Rhea, Theo, and a security team aboard. The hub's maw loomed, its defenses blazing. The Defiant covered them, its mines and vents holding the swarm. The shuttle docked, magnets clamping to a fractured port. The team moved, Zara's scanner guiding them to the grid's core. A chamber of pulsing veins, thousands of pods glowing, humans inside. Zara scanned, finding Mira's signal, stable but weak. "She's here," she whispered, her rifle steady. Rhea hacked a console, her rig sparking. "Grid's massive, controls the network. I can jam it, but we'll need time." Drones screeched, surging in. Kane fired, his shots precise. "Buy her time." Theo freed a pod, a colonist, gasping. The Scaran voice boomed, "You delay the inevitable." The team fought, Zara's shots dropping drones, her eyes on Mira's pod. Rhea's rig beeped, jamming the grid, pods flickering. "Almost there," she yelled. But the hub shook, Scaran beams hitting its exterior. The Defiant's voice crackled. "Lieutenant Chen, acting captain. We're taking hits, Elias. Varric's boarding us." Kane's voice was steel. "Hold the line, Chen. We're close." The grid faltered, pods opening, colonists stirring. Zara freed Mira, cradling her, tears falling. "Stay with me," she whispered. Kane covered them, drones relentless. Rhea's rig sparked, the jam complete. "Grid's down," she shouted. But the hub's core glowed, a failsafe activating. Theo's scanner screamed, "It's self-destructing. Minutes, maybe." Kane barked, "Back to the Rogue." The team dragged 50 colonists fighting through drones, the hub collapsing. The Rogue launched, dodging debris, the Defiant's lances clearing a path. The shuttle docked, the hangar sealing, as Varric's boarding craft breached Deck 3. On the bridge, Kane took command, the view screen showing the hub's core detonating. A silent flash. Drones fell, but harvesters closed, undeterred. Zara, Mira in medbay, manned her console, her voice fierce. "Hub's gone, but the network's still active. Other stations, billions of signals." Theo's face was grim. "The core, it's linked to them all, trying to reconnect." Rhea's tool sparked. "It's unstable, Elias. One more push, and it'll take us with it." Kane's eyes burned. "Then we push smart. Target the harvesters." The Defiant fired, lances and mines shredding a harvester, but Varric's frigates boarded, Marines clashing with security teams. Chen's voice crackled. "Decks 3 and 4 overrun, Captain." Kane opened a comm. "All hands repel boarders. We're not losing this ship." The crew fought, miners wielding tools, techs rigging traps. The Defiant rocked, a harvester beam breaching engineering. Rhea dove for the core, stabilizing it, her voice strained. "It's fighting to join the network, Elias. We destroy it. We lose the ship." Zara's shots down drones, her voice fierce. "We keep it. We're Scaran slaves." Kane's mind raced. The core was their edge, but a chain. "Theo, can we sever its network link?" Theo's hands shook. "Maybe, but we'd need to reach the central hub's core." The Scaran voice droned. "You are chaos. You are ours." Kane's laugh was sharp. "Chaos is ours, you bastards." He nodded to Zara. "Prep another pulse, maximum yield." The Defiant glowed, the core screaming, lances firing. A harvester imploded, but the last closed, its maw glowing. Varric's Marines breached the bridge deck, gunfire echoing. "Shields at 4%, Zara shouted. The crew rallied, security teams pushing back Marines. Rhea's rig sparked, the core's link weakening. "I'm close," she yelled. But the harvester fired, a beam tearing Deck 9. Air hissed, alarms screaming. Theo's scanner pinged. "The central hub, it's broadcasting a kill signal. If it activates, every captive dies." Kane's chest tightened. "Rhea, jam that signal. Zara, cover her." Zara fired, lances shredding drones. Her console sparking. Rhea's rig beeped, the jam holding. "Got it," she shouted. But core pulsed wildly, conduits exploding. The Defiant rocked, Varric's Marines at the bridge doors. Kane drew his smuggler's knife, standing with Zara. "For Elysium," he said, voice steady. The crew fought, their defiance afire, but the odds were crushing. The harvester fired, a beam breaching the core's chamber. Rhea dove, sealing it, her voice grim. Core's critical, Elias. We've got minutes. Theo's voice was desperate. The network, it's waking other hubs, billions of captives. Kane's eyes flicked to the view screen, the central hub glowing. A galaxy's worth of green. Then we end it. Full speed, ram the hub's core. Zara's eyes widened. Captain, that's suicide. Kane's grin was tired but fierce. Not if we're fast. Rhea, rig the core to overload on impact. Chen, prep escape pods. The Defiant surged, lances firing, mines clearing drones. Varric's Marines breached the bridge, gunfire erupting. Kane fired, his pistol steady, Zara at his side. The hub loomed, its defenses blazing, the Scaran voice screaming, "You cannot win!" The crew fought, pushing back Marines, sealing breaches. Rhea's rigs sparked, the core rigged to blow. "It's set!" she yelled, dodging a beam. Theo freed pod data, saving coordinates of other hubs. Zara's shots dropped a Marine, her voice fierce. "For Mira, for everyone!" The Defiant dove, its hull glowing, the hub's core a blazing target. Varric's voice crackled. "Kane, you're insane!" Kane's laugh was raw. "Insane's human, Varric!" The Defiant rammed the hub's core, the entropy core detonating in a white-hot flash. The hub shattered, green veins dying, drones falling across the sector. The Defiant's pods launched, 300 souls scattering, but the ship held, its frame barely intact. The Scaran voice faded, broken. Varric's frigates froze, their comms buzzing with retreat orders. The bridge was a wreck, Kane bleeding, Zara panting, Rhea and Theo alive but battered. The view screen showed the hub's debris, the network signal weak but alive. "We heard him," Kane rasped, his knife sheathed. "But it's not over." Zara's voice was fierce. "Mira, safe in medbay. We've got coordinates, other hubs. We find them." Theo's eyes were grim. "The core's gone, but its data's in our systems." Rhea's laugh was weak. "Great, more alien nonsense to fix." The Defiant limped, its hull leaking, pods vanishing into the void. Kane opened a comm. "All hands, you're free. Scatter, live, fight. We broke their heart, but they've got more. We'll find them." Chen's voice crackled. "What about you, Captain?" Kane's eyes met Zara's, a shared vow. "We're not done." Varric's frigates retreated, the Scarans silent but stirring. The Defiant's logs were wiped, its signal cloaked. Kane slipped to the medbay, checking Mira, her pulse steady. Zara stood beside him, her voice soft. "We'll get them all, Elias." He nodded, his smuggler's heart unbroken. The galaxy had underestimated humanity, thought them tools, prey. They were wrong. The Defiant drifted, a ghost in the dead sector, its crew scattered but alive. The network's signal pulsed, faint but persistent, other hubs waking. Kane's voice was low, a vow to the stars. "Scaran, UTC, you broke the pact, thought we'd kneel. We don't, we burn." The Defiant's engines hummed, its course set deeper, a spear of defiance in the void. The dead sector's darkness swallowed the Defiant, its hull a scarred testament. The Scaran's network was vast, a machine of stolen lives, but humanity was awake, its fire spreading. Kane's crew was family, their fight eternal. The galaxy would learn, cross humans, and annihilation follows. The hunt wasn't over, it was just beginning. In the silence, a new signal flickered. Not Scaran, not UTC, something older, buried in the void. Kane's eyes narrowed, his hand on his knife. The Defiant moved, a shadow against the stars, carrying humanity's wrath. The Scaran had broken the pact, but humanity would break their empire, one hub at a time. The galaxy wasn't ready.